Trimming down a delicious brisket and smoking it on the pellet smoker. Overnight, a simple cook, but man, oh man, does it ever turn out delicious. What's up, what's up? It's your boy Saucy Rossy, and in this recipe video, I'm going to walk through everything I did to smoke this brisket on my Traeger Woodridge Pro. Guys, this was an overnight cook that was extremely delicious and extraordinarily simple. I had to do hardly anything. Using my pellet smoker for the first time smoking a brisket has opened my eyes to how easy it is just to smoke this thing low and slow. So let's start from the top. You guys know what to do. If you're not already liked and subscribed, hit those buttons. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. All right. I picked up this brisket from Costco. It was extremely well priced, like $68 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the tag said, but it was not expensive at all. So what does that normally mean? It means the flat is going to be probably thin and the point is going to be really oddly shaped. And you can see here, that is oddly shaped. We're going to have to trim all this up. So the point of trimming is to make it aerodynamic so that the smoke rolls around it easily in the smoker. What does that really mean? Well, it means you got to grab yourself a knife and we're going to slice into this brisket, changing the shape. The idea here is we're really trying to round off those edges, take down the fat cap to about 1/4 inch, and slice off any large chunks of fat that are going to be too intense to actually render down. As well, there's some meat on here that's gone a little gray, nothing intense or bad, which just for presentation purposes, we're going to slice that off as well, okay? So I'm using just a long serrated knife. If you have a really nice chef's knife, I mean, that will probably work better. I only have the tools I can afford. However, they work. That's what's important to understand. You don't need a $100 knife. This was from a $30 set where I got 4 knives, I think it was. Anyway, we're just going to trim around. We're going to keep rotating, moving it around, and kind of inspecting. As you make cuts, you're going to kind of discover more spots you need to trim down. I mean, the fat cap on a brisket is huge. And like I said, we want to bring that down to about 1/4 inch. And up here on the point, this little part that goes gray here, we're going to trim that out, but we're also going to discover there's a big fat cap in there as well. Well, you could kind of already see it. It's right in front of us, but we want to slice down into that and make sure we're removing it. And guys, if you don't understand why, we're going to be smoking this low and slow, and that's going to render down all the intermuscular fat. But these large like caps of fat are just too big for a smoker to melt. Or let me rephrase that. By the time that they did melt, the rest of the meat would probably be destroyed. So that's not what we're looking to do here. Trimming it down and just making sure the meat is aerodynamic. And what does aerodynamic mean? Well, you can kind of see here, I'm rounding out the brisket, taking off all these extra chunks and just setting them to the side. Now, don't worry, I'm not wasting that meat at all. I have a meat grinder and I'm going to make some delicious hamburgers. I mean, who doesn't love ground brisket hamburgers? They are seriously delicious. You can also use that same mixture to smoke and cure sausages. So make sure you understand that that stuff is getting put to good use. Now, while you're slicing through your brisket, it's really smart to kind of like rub it down while you're going through everything. Push it around, move it around. You're going to discover a bunch more to the brisket that was hiding. That might sound weird, but just trust me on it. Now, we're going to flip it over to the presentation side and we're going to trim off some of this silver skin. What's really important here is you try not to slice downwards. I like to put a lot of tension on whatever I'm slicing off and kind of keep my knife facing upward and just slicing through. That's going to help you cleanly cut through without removing too much meat. And guys, again, you just keep flipping it, pushing it, maneuvering it, moving that fat cap around, finding where you want to make sure you're, trimming it down enough, getting it nice and clean and just delicious. Holy cow. Guys, this is looking just about ready for me. I like how this is looking. That little fat cap there, I'm probably going to bring down. Just let's go one more slice through that. But overall, I think this is looking fantastic. Jeez Louise. I like this a lot. All right, here we go. I'm going to grab some seasoning. I'm using Maple Fix by Mötley Que. This dry rub is pretty delicious. I'm Canadian. I love the flavor maple. Like, what do you want me to say? This is exactly up my alley. So I'm liberally seasoning this beef brisket. And I know we always talk about dry rubs, but I want to be very clear. We are petting it in. We are not rubbing in the dry rub. That's really important. See? Petting. Super important for applying your dry rub. As well, I'm using this Drip Easy container. It really kind of like keeps all the seasoning together, like really makes it so I don't make a mess. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just recommending you check them out. It really is nice. I like this. This is like one of those few barbecue purchases that when I bought it, I was blown away. It's like a cutting board on the bottom as well. So you have to make any additional cuts, you can do it right on there. Anyway, guys, all right, check it out. This brisket is seasoned beautifully. So I'm going to put it in the fridge for about 4 hours to rest and really kind of like soak up that seasoning. And as you can see here, I'd say it was about 3 to 4 hours total. Man, that dry rub is tacked on beautifully. Looking seriously spectacular. Guys, check it out. It's about 10 p.m. and I set my Traeger Woodridge Pro to 210 degrees, I think is what I had it at. Yeah, 210. And that was just to run overnight, low and slow, starting that rendering down. And you can see the next morning at about 7 a.m., we've developed bark. It is just leaking juices. And it's a good idea at this point to kind of like come in and give it a quick spritz just towards the flat, just because we haven't been spritzing it overnight. I've been sleeping, just letting my Traeger do its thing. And guys, it's definitely worthwhile to hit it with a little apple cider vinegar in the drier parts here. But you can see it is just dripping juice down into that pan below. I also have some trimmed tallow down in there to render off. We're going to use that here shortly when we wrap. But guys, this is looking fantastic. Rendering down those juices, just forming that bark. I'm really excited about how it's looking. Really excited to see this in action. So let's go ahead. It hit about 175 internal, so I pulled it off to wrap. What does that mean? 2 sheets of butcher paper put down. I put down the brisket, and then I pour that tallow all over it. Not all of the tallow. I'm going to use a little bit more in just a moment. But I take it and I start wrapping everything together. It's important you get a nice tight wrap. This is one part of barbecue I definitely need to improve on, is wrapping my briskets. But guys, this is more than okay. This looks great. We're going to put it onto the Traeger, and then we're going to take a little more of that juice and just pour it directly into the butcher paper and just let that thing soak up. And again, if you can tuck in any corners or anything, that's great. We really want that. Keeping it on the smoker, I bumped it up to about 250 degrees, 275 at this point. Anywhere in that range is perfectly fine. Honestly, you can go up to 300 if you are in a rush, but I kept it down 250, 275. So once it was probe tender, once it was delicious, once it was just smelling glorious, I pulled that off, pulled it out of the butcher paper, and I sliced it up. And as you can see here, this beef brisket is smoked beautifully, juicy, tender, and delicious. We got a nice little bark on there. The smoke ring is looking glorious as well. I mean, considering this was an overnight smoke on the Traeger, simple and easy, delicious, and just heck yeah, fantastic. I don't really know what to even call it. Like, guys, this was wicked. Look how juicy that is. All of this was just melt in your mouth, tender and delicious. Look, if you like barbecue, you gotta try a brisket. Doesn't this burnt end just look spectacular? I really hope this guide helps you in that experience. Brisket is such a great cut of meat to smoke low and slow. Like, seriously, it's a great experience. And guys, like, I'm not exaggerating. I can't get enough of this cook. So simple on the Traeger. Set it and forget it overnight. I got to sleep the first 7 or 8 hours of this cook. I mean, yeah, that's a win. That's a win in my book, 1000%. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you're liked and subscribed. My name is Saucy Rossy. I'm the Canadian King of Backyard Barbecue. Don't be afraid to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Comment below what you thought was the best part of this cook, or what you think I should have done differently. I always love feedback. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and enjoy some delicious barbecue, would ya?